In the previous two videos, we discussed about the things you need to do before arriving in Australia and the things you need to do right away after arriving in Australia. And in today's video, we are going to talk about the things you need to do when you go to your university for the first time. So without wasting any time, let's talk about these things. The first thing first will be to attend an orientation. Now, most of the universities will organize an orientation session for the newcomers. So if you're newly arriving in Australia, the chances that you will need to attend this orientation. Orientation is a great way to understand about your university, the facility that university offers, and everything that you need to know about your studies. They give you tips about general life in Australia and the things that you need to be mindful of when studying at university. They will also talk about some support systems they have for the students. So it's a great way to get to know about your university. An orientation week is usually quite a fun fair at universities, so we highly recommend you to attend that. Now, once you have attended your orientation session, on the same day, usually you get your student ID. It is a number that identifies you in your university. And most of the time, you need this student ID in order to enroll into your course. So admin team usually will take your photo and issue you with a physical card. That will be your student ID. It will have a unique number that will belong to you only. So make sure to keep that card safe. Sometimes they give you this card on the same day, while sometimes they give you this student card after certain days. The next thing you need to do is usually to enroll in your units. So students usually need to finalize their enrollment at the university, and usually they are given an option to choose their units for studying in that specific term. Some universities may not allow you to have those options, but a lot of universities allow you to choose your own units that you want to study in a specific term. So you will need to enroll into those units. If you're confused about what is a unit is basically a subject that you need to study. Now, once you have enrolled into a university and into the units, the next thing will be to check online portal. Most of the universities will have an online portal. That platform or portal usually will provide you with all your study materials, lecture notes, and some additional information regarding your studies. The next thing you will need to do will be to activate your student email ID. Most of the universities will communicate to you through your student email ID. This email ID will be only used for your communications and other information regarding your university and your studies. So it's very important that you access and activate this email, and make sure to keep checking that email regularly so that you are on top of the things you need to do for your studies. The next thing will be to select your timetable. Once you have selected the units you want to enroll in, you will also need to select your timetable. There might be multiple options available in regards to your lectures and tutorials. So you'll have to choose the time frame that obviously suits you the most. I suggest you to be nice and early in choosing your timetable, because a lot of times your preferred options might not be available if you're too late. So it's better to be nice and early when you're choosing your timetable. And lots of students who are already studying in university usually know that. So there is a bit of competition in choosing your timetable quick enough, so you can choose your preferred days and time. The next thing usually you are expected to do is to buy your textbooks. Now, textbooks can be an expensive affair at times. It can cost you anywhere from $50 to $150 to get one book. And if you're doing 3 units per term, that can be anywhere from $150 to $450. That's a fair bit of money. So we suggest you that if you have an option to borrow the books from library, that's great. But a lot of times those books may not be available. So you may look up on websites like Gumtree or Facebook Marketplace, or sometimes there are university websites that allow you to buy second-hand books from other students. Most of the universities will have their own student unions and other student bodies. So you can also join these student bodies for some extra activities and some other events that you can attend. And these student bodies and unions usually create a lot of fun activities during the year for the students. So you can even volunteer at some of these events with these unions and bodies. And last but not the least, make sure to check what sort of support systems are available in your university. So you can ask your university admin teams regarding what sort of support systems are available in regards to if you have issues with your assignments or your studies in general, or anything general in life, like if you are finding it difficult to find an accommodation or finding a job in Australia. A lot of universities have those additional support services, like telling you how to find a job, how to prepare your resume, what sort of things you should do at an interview, and also how to find an accommodation, and what are the steps you need to take in order to apply for a house in Australia. So there are many things that you will be doing when you're arriving at the university. Sometimes you can fit all of these things in one day, sometimes it could be done over multiple days. So there is no hard and fast rule that it has to be done in one specific way or the other. Also note that the sequence of these activities may vary depending upon the university and the systems they have available. So the things that I've mentioned may be done in a different order, but most likely you're gonna go through with all these things when you arrive at the university for the first time. Well, I hope you find today's information useful. Please make sure sure to check the previous 2 videos as well if you haven't already, and let us know what other topics you would like to cover in the next videos. We look forward to your comments and feedback in the comment section below. As always, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.